guys, hello my loves, marhaba habibete. So today is Friday and you will be seeing this if you see it when it posts on a Friday. And late. It was supposed to go up much earlier this morning, but I have had one of those mornings where it's one, not like horrible bad things, but just, you know what I mean? One, not even misfortune. All the words I think of are like these big, heavy words of bad times. But it was just sort of one thing after the other that wasn't really all in the up and up. And so until I sort of caught my breath and got it back together, the guys outside started working again and I was like, oh boy. And then I had to wait for them to be done, and so here we are. In the meantime, I had the time to do a lot of crazy smoky eyiness going on and lashes and all that jazz. If you are at all interested on what's going on up here, like not in my brain, on my eyes, I'm going to be talking all about that on Monday, hopefully, so stay tuned for that. But today it's in part of what's on my eyes, but in part also because of some shopping I did the other day. I met up with my we're gonna get through this with my sweet Iram. I will link her Instagram down below, and we were both in need of some good retail therapy. Yep. So we grabbed some lunch first so we could be nice and strong for our shopping, and then hit up a couple stores. I walked into the Urban Decay store. They opened a new Urban Decay store in Covent Garden, and I walked in there because it was pretty and colorful and she'd never been, and I was like, what are you talking about? We have to go try this out. I needed a black eyeliner and I walked out with this set. But I have really been enjoying it, and it is limited edition, so I wanted to quickly film a little sort of review video on it in case any of you guys were interested in it and you wanted to get your hands on it in the near term future. The reason I went with this guy was they were having an offer where you could get like a free gift with purchase if you spent £50, and I was gonna buy 2 pencils on their own, and the math and all that kind of fun stuff. I'll get into that in a second, but it all worked out that this for me made a lot more sense, and I'm glad I did it. And I don't know why I'm rambling, but I'm just gonna get into it. So in this set, it's the 10 24/7 glide on eye pencils. So you get, I took them out and I will swatch them for you. You get one full size Perversion, which is the black liner, which is what I needed, and then you get 10 minis and a Urban Decay sharpener. So, and you get the little sharpener here, which is cute because it has the 2 different sizes, and then it actually has a top to it so you can not have to sort of sharpen on top of a garbage can or whatever. The price of one pencil here was £15 and the price of this was $35. So since I was already going to buy 2 pencils, I was like, what the heck, just buy the set and it would work out, and I'm glad I did. These pencils are really lovely because you can use them obviously as liners, sort of in your waterline, on top of your waterline. You can also use them as a base though. And so I tried all of the above as I was testing them out for you guys yesterday. I have really tricky water lines, and so the only thing before these guys that would hold in my, like MAC pencils, just don't stick in my water line. I end up with raccoon eyes. What else have I tried? I'm blanking. I've tried other things, but I'm blanking. The MAC ones I know were really bad for me. The ones that I had before that I really liked are the Stila Smudge Proof. I think that's what they called. That's what they're called. They're like the twist up ones. Those ones stick in my waterline like nobody's business, and they're really opaque and creamy and all that kind of good stuff. Perversion I tried in my waterline. I had it on all day yesterday. I got some minimal, I had super watery eyes. I think it was just really cold, and so I could sort of feel my eyes actually watering, like running down my face. And I got a tiny bit of fallout with it, and that fallout happened in, like, the majority of it happened right after I put it on in the morning, so I had time to sort of wipe under before doing my bottom lash mascara. Throughout the day I got a little bit of it, but it wasn't too bad, and yeah, that's it in the waterline. I'm going to insert a picture in the AM and then follow it up, or put them maybe side by side. Let me try to do that. If I can do that side by side, me and the tech stuff. I'm going to try to do it side by side, otherwise I'll do them one after the other. I used a couple of the colors as a base, so I did one all over, one in the outer corner, and one as a liner. And I was so incredibly surprised. I had it on for close to 12 hours, I want to say. the eye makeup, and it didn't fade at all. Like, the only difference you can tell is the lighting was a little bit different, but like it didn't budge at all day long, and so that was really, really exciting. And then the last thing I guess I want to tell you guys is, before I head into the swatches, these are all the like regular line 24/7 pencils. They've come out with a line of matte velvet pencils, so they're all like matte. I like the black. Like when I was swatching, I like the black in there a lot better than, like in terms of color pigmentation, a lot better than the one in this line. But Iram was saying, she just texted me a little bit earlier today, and she was saying that they actually perform slightly differently. So I might go back and pick up some of the matte ones to test out and see how those work out. But I'm going to bring you guys in closer. I've already been talking for 6 minutes. I'm going to bring you guys in closer and show you some swatches, and we'll go from there. So here are the colors right here. I took them out of that packaging because it takes a long time to actually get them in and out. It's a tight fit, so I don't think I'm going to be storing them in there. But the little ones are the ones that came in the set, and then the black one, obviously the other one that came in the set. These other two are ones that I have that I was just going to throw in and show you swatches of because I really love them. The full-size ones that I have, as well as Perversion, are part of their just normal collection. These are all like limited new shades. They say they're never before seen shades. As far as I know, they're also exclusive to the set, but don't quote me on that. I will do some digging and let you know down in the description box if you can only get them in the set. But I'm just going to start doing some swatches, and we will go from there. So let's start with the black. So this is Perversion, and it's not what I have in my waterline today, but it was what I had in my waterline yesterday. So it's that black. I did a photo of some swatching, some retail, no, because I'm thinking retail therapy, swatching therapy that I did this morning, and it was showing up in the camera a little bit more gray. It's nice and black, and you can tell like my shirt is black, so it does show up nice and black, but I will say that it's slightly more gray than like a full-on black, and so that's just something to keep in mind. But what I was telling you guys about performance of it is what's true. So I really enjoy it, and I think it does hold quite well in my waterline, which is the way I usually like to use black liner. The next one is LSD, which is not part of the set, but I need to show you this color because it is gorgeous. Do you see that? With that duochrome. I've had my eye on this guy for so long, and when I was about to buy this set, it was only $35. She's like, if you get to 50, you can get that free gift with purchase. I'm like, okay, this is a sign that this guy has to come home with me. In the evening, after I was like just before I was gonna wash my face yesterday, I did like an eye look just before washing the rest of my face with this guy, and it's so pretty. It's just gorgeous. So yeah, smudged all over the entire lid. Absolutely beautiful. This guy is Chaos. Again, this is my last technicality because it's not in the set. It's that guy right here, that third swatch, and I really love this guy. I especially love it in the waterline. If you have blue eyes, this is just going to make your blue eyes pop even more, and it's just such a beautiful color. Okay, let's move on to the pencils themselves. So this first one, this yellow one, if I can find the name, is in Stargazer. I was reading on the back of the box for the set that some of these colors are actually inspired by some of the most popular Urban Decay singles, and that's how they've come up with these colors. This is just sort of, not wanting to close, a really pretty golden yellow color that I would totally rock in the waterline instead of like just a matte yellow. I even the next one I'm going to show you, I put it in my inner corner yesterday, and I really like the way it turned out. So this one is Glitter Rock. It's this pink color right here. There is a color in which palette? One of the palettes Noelle sent me. Noelle, or Hooker Lips, here on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below. But she sent me a great shadow that I want to pair these with, and I'm really excited to do that. But yeah, this beautiful pink color is what I had sort of in my inner corner yesterday, and I sometimes have trouble having glitters or any sort of shadow stick in that area, so I like the idea of using a pencil in there because it gets right in and it sort of holds all day. This one is Mugshot, which I'm pretty sure this one is actually, Mugshot is a shadow. So it's that one right there. This is the one that I had on my outer corner yesterday, and I just really love the duochrome. So some of these, even though these aren't the velvet, like the matte lines, some of them, like you can see for Chaos, for example, it doesn't have any shimmer in it, but it's not considered a matte. The matte velvets, the line, like their matte line of pencils from Urban Decay is even more matte than like the non-shimmers in this line. Yes, that's making sense? Okay, cool. I'm gonna pretend I'm making sense. This one is in Faint, which is what I had all over my lid. It's right there. It's a brown. I was gonna say, when I used it all over my lid yesterday, it reminded me of Taylor Grey Paint Pot from MAC. It's slightly browner than Taylor Grey Paint Pot, but it gives that same kind of effect. And so as a sort of a really quick eye, in the morning, just put it on. I smudged it on with my finger and I was good to go, and it lasted all day long. So I really, really like that one. And then the next two I actually have on today. This one is Plushie, which is, hold on, I'm gonna get straight. I have this all over my lid and then smudged out underneath the other shadows that I'm telling you about on Monday. It's just a really, really pretty purple, like a very blue toned purple, and really nice and creamy. That was the one thing that I guess I haven't said yet about these guys, is that they're super, super creamy, and so you could definitely use them as lip liners. Some people have sensitivities, so be aware of that, but for the most part you can use eyeliners as lip liners and lip liners as eyeliners, and these ones I find like you could especially use as lip liners because they're so beautifully creamy. This one is in a Voodoo, which is on my waterline, and it's just a beautiful purple with a great duochrome to it. So it's right there. I feel like I'm just looking in my, like the screen that I use as a viewfinder, and I feel like it's not doing justice to how beautiful and shimmery these are. So I would say definitely try to go in and give them a swatch if you can, because they really show up in person so much more beautifully than they do on camera. This one is in Gonzo, and it's the blue. The other thing that I'm noticing now, I was so excited to film this video that I didn't like sit down and write notes, but the ones, it's that one right there, the ones that don't have a shimmer to it have a matte pencil itself, and then the ones that have a bit of a shimmer to them, like this one for example, the purple one has a little bit of a shimmer. Can you see how even the pencil itself has a bit of a shimmer? So just if you have them stored somewhere, it's easy that way to tell as well when you're reaching for it. This one I think is actually going to be a nice way to line my lips when I wear Apocalypse. It's Vacancy. You guys remember I showed you guys Apocalypse in a haul from Illamasqua. I think this will be a nice liner, but I want you to see how creamy these guys go on. Like that's just one little swipe, super, super lightweight, and then if I sort of build it up, like I wish you could feel how creamy these feel, because they're just beautiful in that way. And then the last one that I've got here is in Smoke Out, which is like a grayish browny color, and that's what I used on my lash line, like as a liner on my top lid yesterday. So these are all the swatches. If you can still get your hands on this set, I highly recommend it because it's a great value and you can test out a bunch from the range. These are all like fun enough colors that you probably won't go through an entire one. Like you can go through a couple black liners here, but you might not go through full size like yellow, and so having the small ones to play with is a really cool way to do that. I'm gonna see you guys back out and do some points of positivity. So my first point of positivity for the day is just sitting here to film after a sort of chaotic, stressful morning. It was just so nice to have the ability to sit down with you guys and just chat and hang out. So that was definitely a lot of fun. My second point of positivity is a bunch of new friends and new people here that I've gotten to meet. There's been a bunch of you that are new to our little family, and so, or our growing family, I guess. And so welcome from the bottom of my heart. I've especially enjoyed in the past couple days talking to, this is gonna make me laugh because I think her name here is Old Broad, and when I read that, and now every time I think about it I laugh because she just is so beautiful and radiates just this youth and energy and beauty that I think that name just makes me laugh. But she's been incredibly sweet and great in sharing love and sharing points of positivity. I love when I read your guys' points of positivity and great product recommendations, and so I've just, everyone that's new, welcome, and you guys have really been making me happy. But just top of mind, I was answering some comments before filming, and she came to mind because she was sort of there in my comment feed. So yeah, that's definitely my second point of positivity. And then my third is going to be sort of silly, but it's a really yummy lentil soup. I'm all about the Marks and Spencer's life this week because I haven't had a chance to sort of prepare any meals, so I've been reaching for it as prepared and sort of really healthy. So they have this new spicy lentil soup that has like lentils and carrots and celery. Super, super good. And I get my protein in there as well, because I'm a vegetarian, for those of you that don't know, and so it was neat to do it that way, to get my protein in that way. That is it for me today. I want to send you guys tons and tons of love. Thank you ever so much for being here, and as always, I can never leave you without reminding you that life is just too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye, guys.